kitsch. It's addictive as well. 200 million of us around the world are expected to watch the Eurovision Song Contest on Saturday. The international event is in its 61st year, with some fans treating it as a serious singing competition. The others, well, perhaps less respectful. The contest is wide open this year. The most successful country in history after Ireland were knocked out in Thursday's semi-finals. Well, Eurovision fan Ciaran Tuttiett is in Stockholm, where he's travelled to from the UK to watch the final. Well, the Swedes love it. Presumably you do as well. What are your tips for tomorrow?
Well, it's going to be a fantastic show. It really is. The tips that I currently have are really the Armenian entry from Avitia Muchkian. She had an incredible performance in a very modern song. I think it's particularly a fan favourite at the moment. And after last night's semi-final, the Australian act from Dami Im from Australia, she's their former X Factor winner from 2013, and her song, The Sound of Silence, just blew the fans away last night. So I think Armenia and Australia are certainly one of the favourites.
I don't know about you. I mean, I'm not sure if a lot of us watch it for good singing. We watch it just to really sort of be amused, don't we, by the costumes and the acts, which take you straight back to some terrible airport waiting room in 1970. Do you think it is more about the singing now, or has it just become a cliche?
It's certainly changing, and certainly within the last 5 years, the Eurovision Song Contest has become very much more contemporary. The music has been showing itself in the charts right across Europe at how popular it is, and certainly back home in the United Kingdom, the Eurovision winners and all of the songs from the grand final, at least, have been making their mark in the charts. I mean, last year we had 8 of the Eurovision entries all in the UK charts at various positions, from rising from about 8th position down towards into the 40s. So the contemporariness of the Eurovision Song Contest is really starting to branch out now, and I think it's a chance that countries like the United Kingdom and Ireland, and certainly France as well, who sort of view it as a gimmicky type of song which stands no ground in the music industry, is starting to change. And I think, at least now with the UK changing their stances, with like a national final this year, and Joe and Jake are showing a very good showing here in Stockholm, I think we can be very proud, and I think Europe can relate to that as well.
And for those poor countries that get null point, is it always down to how awful the song is, or how much is still down to tactical voting?
Well, it's really the songs that don't seem to perform that well is really the fact that either the performance hasn't worked particularly well, or maybe even the performance just hasn't worked very well on the night. But I mean, people do say that there is a political bias with the Eurovision voting, but really, in all honesty, where we see countries from the Eastern Europe and Central Europe who do vote for their neighbouring countries, is the fact that their music industries and their artists are all interlinked together, so they're all cross-promoting, and they embrace each other's music and their languages, where the music industry in the United Kingdom and in Ireland, they're particularly more involved with themselves in English-speaking music, where we don't stand much of a chance. But if we integrate a little bit more and we broaden our perspective with the music industry right across Europe, I think we can stand a little bit more of a chance here in the Eurovision Song Contest.
All right, well, enjoy the weekend. Ciaran Tuttiett, thanks very much indeed for joining us from Stockholm there. Now,